son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq. Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is, if getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. You'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now, 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-783-0810 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-783-0810. Again, that's 800-783-0810.
Okay, whenever.
And welcome, everyone, to another episode of The Cocktail Lounge. I am your hostess with the mostest, Aggie, and with me is my wonderful co-host, Brad. How are you doing?
Well, so far I'm doing good. Let's see if I can get Aggie upset once again this week. That's going to be on tap for our show this evening. See if Brad can aggravate his co-host once again.
That's like your goal. Your weekly goal is just to get
really,
me right.
No, it isn't. It's just the most mundane things might set you off. And holy cow, when that bottle rocket lifts, it's just I just stand back and marvel.
Dictionary.com is dead to me.
Yeah.
Y'all know this.
Last week, a dictionary had her reduced to a 10-minute meltdown while I just sat back and finished my bourbon.
It's true.
But I'm in a relatively good mood.
was stupendously bad.
It
To
was
say the least.
remarkably bad. Yeah. Yeah, I did it to myself too because I started trash talking with one of the other writers over at Red State who's a Tar Heels fan, and I was like, "Look out! We got the black uniforms. You're going to get smoked." I was going through all the usual machinations like you do, and then I just said, "Oh yeah, this isn't going to be pretty." And I was on family vacation in Orlando over the weekend, so I was trying to check updates on the phone now and then because I had to miss the game live, and then all of a sudden, my phone's chirping from her. She's like, "You're right. This is ugly." I was like, "Oh, hell." Let me pull up the score. And at halftime, it was already a smoke blowout. It just went downhill from there. And good thing I was drinking already that afternoon and kept doing so. The Tar Heels actually had 2 running backs that had career games against the Hurricanes at the same time. One of them busted for 300 plus yards. The other one, 240 yards.
Wow.
Just 2 running backs accounted for over 500 yards of offense, and Miami did not. So,
Was it Miami's band that was playing the game or what?
we've had a couple of tough games this year because we had so many guys out for COVID. It would have made sense if that was the case. The tuba player can't bottle up the hole in the middle, but no, I don't think we have that excuse to stand on. So it was just a embarrassment, I'll say.
Well, at least you played. We had to postpone yet again. We were supposed to play Ole Miss and did not. And apparently, I think it was one of their students that had COVID, or somebody had COVID over there, and we still had an issue. No, we didn't have the issue. They did, because we were set to play and they had to postpone. That's what happened. But I do have a feel-good football story for you guys. We yield when I read this.
Something we've all witnessed live on the show.
Yes. But as you guys know, we live and breathe and eat football around here. And so especially high school. High school football is really, really big in Texas. I know people that would much rather watch high school football than even if you gave them free tickets to the Super Bowl, they still wouldn't go if it interfered with high school football. I mean, that's how devoted they are to high school football around here. But one of the feel-good stories was, for the first time in their division, the Texas School for the Deaf won the state championship in football. And it was amazing. This is a school that didn't even think that they were going to be able to field a football team because a lot of their students were actually ill. And because of COVID, they were actually down to 6-player football. So they actually went against Austin's Veritas Academy, who had cleaned their clock in the first game. 18 feet. It was like, I watched the highlights on the game, and it was so cool to see these kids communicating with each other. But, when it comes to ASL and sign language, it's a different form of communication. You're not just, it doesn't have the same grammar. It doesn't have the same syntax. It's not the same as you would speak in English. So, and you do have the facial expressions have to be involved. The way your body moves is part of the whole language. And so I'm watching the clips and watching these kids out, doing all this stuff. And I'm going, I'm pretty sure that the other team has no clue about what these kids are telling each other about the plays or anything like that. So they're pretty safe about it. Nobody cheating about getting the other team's plays or whatever. But it was really cool to see. And, and at the end, they're interviewing one of the young men, and he is signing, it's like, it's an amazing feeling. And I can't describe it, not even with my hands. So it was really cute to see that.
No, it is very cool. And it also leads to kind of a variation of that. where they were stealing signs. They actually would have to do that in football in order to try to learn the snap count and things of that nature. But it does bring up a lot of challenges too. Like I guess the quarterback can't frequently go back in the shotgun, unless the center is actually bent all the way down and looking back. But
and it's funny because the coaches are also they're doing sign language. Obviously, the entire roster is made up of young men who are either completely deaf or very hard of hearing. Mm-hmm. So they used a drum so that they could feel the vibrations of the drum and know when to look at the coach so they could get their plays and stuff like that. And it's beautiful to see the flow of that communication. We always take it for granted because we speak audibly, but to see some, these kids not only have to communicate with their hands, they're playing with their hands too. So they're juggling two things at the same time. So it was really cool to see.